Okay, so the first question is, how did you get into sports photography?
By complete fluke. I was out of work, having left school at 15, thinking I'd get a handful of O-levels, which would be enough to take me to London. Well, I just wanted to come from my Newtown Harlow, where I lived, into London. I wanted to work there. And I was looking at a job in sports journalism, actually, which required 5 O-levels. I got 2 out of my 7. Went up to London, walked into I think called recruitment now, and a guy pulled a drawer open and said, trainee sports photographer. And I thought, what's there not to like? I ran back with a film that the photographer had taken the goal, and I thought, dare I print my own picture and take it round there? And I did, and yeah, that made about 3 or 4 back pages that next day. Yeah. Okay, here's the one I was talking about, Brian Kidd at Arsenal in 1974. Yeah, it's just so much in it that you wouldn't get today. The policeman with a helmet. There's no stewards around. This guy's having a cigarette. They're all standing up. But I just love the simplicity of the picture. It's a kind of joyous scene, and it's not something you'd say, I'll look out for it next time I go. It was I'd never seen it before, probably never seen it since, and yeah, just a bit of humour. You know, it's only a game. It's kind of got it's only a game screaming from it, I think. And
do you do that when you're at the game, or do you
in the goalmouth, because you have so many different points around, and I suppose I'm sitting to the goalkeeper's right post. I want him to the left of the frame, and whoever's scoring to the right. I think he'd been behind John Terry, and he just, you know, I thought, is Ryan Giggs going to come all the way and shoot? I've got to make a decision. I saw Tevez give Giggs the eyes, and I thought, here he comes, and just focus that 100mm lens, just that little bit, and yeah, the spray came. It was lashing down at Old Trafford, and that was right in the stroke of half time. And I got the picture out to transmit it at half time. It was on my laptop, and I thought, that looks all right. And the guy behind me went, great fault, all that. And I thought, you still feel a bit, you want someone to share that with you. And, you know, he was a football fan, but that's great. I think they're great judges of pictures. I think they know what's going on.
What was it like to win the Barclays 20-year award? Was it nice to be recognised?
I could weave it in if you want. It's over there. Yeah.
That's great. They can pop it on the desk if you want.
Oh no, I want to do a bit of shtick with it. No.
You want to hold it?
Oh, that Barclays award. Oh, I wouldn't even know where it was. Put it away in a cupboard. I'm not the kind of person who'd. Where did I put it now? Yeah, a routine though. I'm not really in a routine. I think a lot of photographers have their set lenses, and I think, oh, this ground I'll need this lens, and this ground I need that one, and I feel like the kit you have to take now, you know, memory cards, card reader, your own little internet connection, backup cards, all the lenses, charged batteries, a laptop shade. Do you need an Ethernet cable? What height seat do you need at this ground? And it's inevitable I forget something. The routine is often, as you say, picking up the boy from tennis before you go. Oh, Sunday tomorrow I'll get some of the butchers, and he gets chatting about football up there, and I'm running places late. I think I'm trying to recreate that adrenaline rush from the past, but I don't think it helps. It doesn't help me to be there super early and all, you know, mapped out. And this is where the goal's going to go in, because, you know, one thing you know about football, it doesn't follow a script. When I go the other day, I went to someone like Leicester, and the bloke said, "All right, Mark, you must be Mark. This is, you know, it's still an hour to go, but it's the last ticket there." And I'm thinking, what have these guys done? And you walk into a really dark room, and people have just got laptops up with YouTube clips and things. I'm thinking, or they've already done their pictures outside the ground. What's going on outside the football ground 2-3 hours before? You know, you might get a nice picture, but it's that last minute crush, I think, is interesting. I mean, visiting fans, I've been places photographing that, and they're only coming in. Tottenham Arsenal one year, the Arsenal fans were coming in, they'd already kicked off, and that's when all the hullabaloo was going on. So you want to photograph fans and the arrival and the tension and the police, what they're going through, that's pretty late before kick-off. You've got to stand your ground. I remember going to Main Road a few years ago, and these big lads in their denim jackets come towards me, eating their fish and chips out of paper. by the old streets at Main Road there. And I thought, oh, I'm going to do this. And they kind of had to go around me. Get out of the way, you fucking puff of your camera, you know what I mean? And it was one of those. And I was just telling these guys, and it was used, 442 magazine used it as a double page just a few weeks after. And I realised that picture's it's 20 years now, but I didn't go and take it 20 years. I took it, it was today when I took it, if that makes sense. Every time you take a picture, it's today you take that picture. And looking at it now, double denim, bit of a mullet going on, fish and chips in paper, down a kind of Coronation Street, you won't see that. You won't see that again. So they're the things. It is a bit for now, and it's a bit for, you're capturing everyone. I'm not the first person to do it. People are capturing history, but people look at the great guy Jerry Cranham, his pictures. He'd shoot the rosette sellers, England, West Germany, rosettes, before that World Cup final. It's the easiest picture in the world to take, but I bet a lot of people were too busy to take that day. And you look back now, and it's one of your great opening pictures, Lovely, puts it in the 60s straight away. Oh dear, I don't know. I don't think anyone's there looking at creative images. We don't sell dramatic. Sometimes somebody does something spectacular in a match. I was at the whole game and two guys went for an overhead kick. I thought, wow. And it ends up in the back of the net. Suddenly it's a good picture. I think it would have been a good picture regardless. And they still didn't know which one of them touched it. I mean, that's quite unique. But I don't know, speaking of Peter Robbins again, he'd say guys had come back, great photographers would say, in the 60s in the dark room, where's the goal? I think it was more of a cup final thing. I think people like Chris Smith were allowed just to come up with an aesthetically pleasing image from a match, but not anymore. I was on the pitch when he was doing his walk around, close up, and Brian had a few problems, and he was looking a bit blotchy, wasn't looking great, and I thought, this isn't a good close-up shot, this wants an overview, and I climbed up above the tunnel, thinking if there's a chance of getting him coming down that tunnel with all the fans around, it'll be a key shot. Why didn't I think of this earlier? And I got up there, fought my way up with all my gear, and there were two massive lads who were right in pole position. I thought, well, I tried, didn't I? And they, just at this moment, said, come on, let's beat the trap, let's go. And left me this gap, which was there for a split second, couple of frames, and then people piled in that gap. Fans just parted. We'd done the lap of honour, and he was just coming down. This was the players' tunnel. So, yeah, I like that shot as well.
If you looked at that out of context, you didn't know who Brian Clough was, I think you'd still think it was a...
I think so. The way there's this one guy in the middle and everyone's coming towards him, and police are holding people back, but not in a threatening way. It's not like he's just being adored, and you could think he's a special guy.
And that's without any context, that's just the symmetry and the way that people are looking.
I think somebody said the other day, a great picture doesn't tell you what the guy looks like, it tells you who he is. So I'll give you that line, Joe.
All right, great, thanks.
All right?
Yeah.
I can open the window now.
Yeah, do it.
We can bring some of those pictures up on the screens. It's a filthy screen, that.